Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Here we are at the Peace Church, located in Northeast Rochester, around 2nd Avenue and 14th Street Northeast in Rochester.
Welcome to the Tom and Kelly Show, and I'm Tom Bellinger, the chair of the Olmsted County Extension Master Gardener Volunteers. And here is Kelly, our vice chair. And not only is she a vice chair, she's also the city water steward. She's also a city council person. And most importantly, relative to today, she was appointed by the governor on May 26th to be a member of the Board of Water and Soil Resources.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I've been labeled an overachiever since 3rd grade.
She's definitely an overachiever. So Kelly asked me, why am I wearing blue? And I said, well, clean water. Everybody knows clean water is blue. I mean, you go to amusement parks, you go to...
Yeah, they dye it blue.
They dye
it
blue. Okay. All right. Okay. So today is Clean Water Day.
Clean water is one of our 7 Master Gardener priorities. Tom, what are our 7 priorities? Can you read them off the list?
We have 7 priorities with Master Gardeners. They're backwards. But first of all, if we start with horticulture skills, so that's pretty much fundamentally what we're about. We're about education. We're about extending out in the community with outreach. So horticulture skills is number 1. And then we get into things like pollinators, which we kind of experienced last week at the Smart Garden. We get into the local food, which is big. We did that a couple times. We get into nearby nature. We get into the plant biodiversity. A new one, and we did pollinators. And then, you know, the other ones which are more challenging for us right now is clean water, which we're going to talk about today, and then climate change is another one. So those are our 7.
Awesome. 7 priorities, and we're working on clean water today. So here we go.
Let's walk the garden here at the Peace Church.
Flip your camera.
And I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, there we go.
Okay, awesome. So keeping your ground covered is a great way to keep the water clean, because anything that is not attached to the ground goes with any rain event down into our storm drains, down into our rivers, streams, and lakes, and it pools. It can foster mosquito growth. So having your ground covered with living cover is one of the best ways to keep your water clean. And as you can see, we've got a lot of nice maintained turf here, but we don't know if there's chemicals used on this turf. We don't know if it's a good clean. Oh, look, there's a little bunny. Those annoying things are in the garden. So we can have a monoculture like turf grass, which is actually a really excellent place for people to gather. They can do so many neat things with this lawn space here. And we can also have the ground covered with many different kinds of plants that foster plant biodiversity. And they also foster biodiversity in nature, such as these little bunnies. Little bunny wannacus, and we get all kinds of insects that can develop and live their lives in an environment like this. Oh, look they've got a sambucus there.
Yeah, the sambucus was featured. Yeah, that's special.
Nice one.
And of course, Monarda, the bee balm is, everybody knows that's blooming now. It's just wonderful and big attractive.
We've got a catmint. Look at this catmint. Here's another one. This was a quiz for our interns a couple of weeks ago. Why did they fall open like this? What's going on? This plant can be divided and put into numerous other plants. You can get 5 or 7 more plants out of this. You can share with your friends, only if you don't have jumping worms. And yeah, you can create some more plants. So this is a lovely border that they've got at the Peace Church here, and all of this covered ground is helping to keep clean water. But as you can see, the sidewalk area here, in the winter time, if we use too much chloride, too much salt on our surfaces, that just drains with our snow events. When the snow starts to melt or when the rain comes, that just goes right into our natural bodies of water, our lakes, rivers, and streams. And chloride is a really, really nasty chemical. 1 teaspoon of salt damages 5 gallons of water permanently. We don't know how to remove that salt, and it's in our bodies of water, and it's doing damage. So here you can see another bed here at the Peace Church. This one is just really prolific with bees right now. We've got several varieties of bees on the rugosa rose. We've got a miniature bee here. I don't know what species that is, and we've got some bumbles down in here. They are not our native rusty patch, but they are bumbles nonetheless. And they're just, rugosa roses are a really great 3-season plant. They form hips that you can use in your tea, vitamin C. And Can you smell that, Tom?
Oh, it smells wonderful.
Yeah, those roses are great. So we've got some annual plantings here in this small bed, and now we're going to get to the feature of this video, rain gardens. So the Peace Church has done an excellent job of planting all kinds of great plants around.
So rain garden, can you give us a definition of a rain garden, Kelly?
A
Maybe
rain
simple?
garden is a special place that collects water and holds it for up to 24 hours. The plants that are put in that rain garden can have wet feet. They like that moisture, or they're not bothered by that moisture for up to 3 days. Wet feet, the roots of their feet, the feet of the plant. So a rain garden helps to absorb excess water and hold it and filter it. Sometimes the plants can filter out chemicals depending upon the species of the plant, and it helps to release the water into the ground at a slower rate because it's kind of like a holding retention space. So this one right here is a nice little example of a rain garden here.
Okay.
And this is really a beautifully done rain garden. And we'll walk all the way around it, and you can see how the inlets, it's got 3 inlets. So as the water drains, and this is perfect timing because we can actually see the pattern here from the rain last night. It just comes right down here and it fills this space. And there's 3 inlets, one on the east end, the west end, and then on the southern end of the parking lot, everything drains northeasterly off of this lot. This is actually one of the rain gardens featured with the city of Rochester on their stormwater grant, Rochester Rain Gardens. So this was a partnership between the Peace Church and the city of Rochester to create this space to help clean water, because this church wanted to practice some more environmentally friendly practices and help to minimize the impact to the environment of what's going on in their parking lot.
Hey, Kelly, I see one of my friends, Patty and Steve Stoopsa, might be on today. So thanks for watching us live.
Hey, awesome.
If you got a question, just post it, Patty.
So right up here is where the rain garden starts on the western southern border of the church, and it goes all the way around the parking lot here. So the parking lot has a crown on it. We're on the highest spot right now, and it drains down into the rain garden. Oh my gosh, I just saw another rabbit. So it drains down into the rain garden, and here we've got all kinds of native plantings here, and it looks like they've got some straw down for some erosion control, and they may have seeded this area here. There's some vetch in here. We've got big blue stem. Is that big blue stem? Looks like it. We've got some ornamentals. We've got some natives.
A little lack of blooming at this time, but a lot of these will be blooming a little bit later in the season. Of course, not the blue stem. They'll just be a nice
They're a nice
color.
grass. Yep. And this rain garden circles all the way around back to the northeast section right here. So this is great for absorbing the water and holding it and keeping it slowing the flow into our rivers and streams.
Okay, Kelly, so let's talk a little bit about what you're doing with the Clean Water Growth Team. Since that is a priority, I noticed there's not a toolkit yet developed by the University of Minnesota Extension. So you've come up with some creative ways of getting them involved.
So clean water, one of the things we've done is adopt a drain. So I encourage everybody to go to adoptadrain.org. Adopt a Drain is a great fun program. You go online to the website and you can click in your address, and it shows you the drains that are just really located very closely to your house. And you can adopt that drain, spend a maximum of about 15 minutes a year on keeping it clean. And we're going to walk to go see one right here, just down the block a little bit.
We're going to go walking here? Okay,
some of the other things.
I don't know if I have ready for this much exercise, but no, we actually got on the map. We actually got on the map. So Adopt a Drain, it'll ask you if it's okay to share your location. If you do, it'll pop up and show you all the drains that are in your local area, and it'll also tell you if they've been adopted. I have adopted a drain, and I didn't give it a funny name. I
adopted 2. Mine are Fred 1 and Fred 2.
Fred 1 and Fred 2.
I don't know why I picked Fred 1 and Fred 2. It's sort of my daughter's nickname, but you know, they're not named after her by any means.
So yeah, you can name them, I think, pretty much what you want, but I live on Clearwater Road Northwest, and so I cleverly called it Clearwater Drain.
That is so clever.
That is so clever. Geez.
That's going to get us a sponsor for sure. So we are walking along 14th Street right now. Do you want to flip the camera?
I'm going to flip the camera.
We're just heading eastbound on 14th Street, which is
just glad it's not raining today.
Yeah. Just on the north side of Silver Lake Drive, and the closest stormwater drain is just right up ahead. Can you see that one across the street now?
Yes.
So stormwater drains, unlike our water treatment plant, stormwater drains don't need any of our help except for keeping them clean. Stormwater drains do all the work. They take anything that's sitting on the surface, not nailed down, not a building, not plant with roots, the trash, ooh, a dead animal, animal feces, anything. So here's one here. There's actually 4 on this corner, I believe, and we can see them all, so let's stop here. And these drains take the water from the rain or the snow event directly down into our lakes, rivers, and streams. So this does not get filtered in any way, shape, or form. So anything sitting on the road, the sidewalk, your scraps from mowing, they all go down to our rivers, lakes, and streams. So what you do with the dock drain is you want to keep these clean. You want to make sure there's no organic matter.
Or buses. School buses.
Let's dash across the street quick. You want to make sure there's no organic matter in blocking these to go down to our lakes, rivers, and streams. So here's another example. So here are some decals that Rochester Public Works put down a couple of years ago.
No dumping.
No dumping, drains to creek. And what you want to do is you want to keep these clean.
So let me tell you, Kelly, I adopted a drain, as I said, Clearwater drain, and they asked me to post a report about cleaning the drain. So I did that, and it's very simple. What they asked for is the type of debris that you're removing. Is it brown leaf matter? Is it sediment, like things like that?
Right. So if you take a picture of this right here,
I'm gonna have to flip again.
This is the debris I just pulled out of the drain. It's mostly organic matter. It looks like there's a piece of plastic trash here. So this would all just go into your trash can, and then you just put it out. You put it out with your trash every week. So you want to try and keep the gutter out in front of your house clean, the gutter pan, and then you also want to keep these storm drains clean through adoptadrain.org, and it'll help keep our rivers, lakes, and creeks a lot cleaner than they are.
Yeah, I think in addition to the type of debris, it gives you a list of what's the primary, I think the secondary, and then it also asks, how many pounds of it, and then how long it took you to clean it.
It took me 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And there was maybe a quarter pound.
And so, like I said, I logged that in no time. Very good information. They like to get that information that they can use statewide.
The key is it gets you kind of educated to what's laying around, what you see, kind of sitting down on the ground. And if we can get our youth involved, students, we can really have some impact, because it changes the mindset of a generation, and they grow up learning about keeping our planet cleaner, the importance of our water. We don't know how to make water yet. We can make all kinds of other things, but it takes a long time to make soil, but we don't know how to make water. We live on a planet with finite resources. We only have so much water, so we need to use our water judiciously. We need to keep it clean. When we water our crops or our lawns, we need to water wisely, and or not water our lawns at all. And water's important. It's one of the most important things on the planet, I think.
And again, water's not blue, right? All right. So I think, do we have anything else to cover today? What else are you looking at doing for your...
I don't know. Did you have notes?
I took notes, and I did some practicing, but...
Practicing is nice. I didn't practice. I wing it every time, just about.
She can wing it. So I think...
So the city of Rochester, it's noisy here.
Yeah, we got a noisy spot here.
We hit commuter traffic, I guess. So you can go on the city of Rochester, rochestermn.gov, and type in Public Works, and you can type in Rochester Rain Gardens. Grants are available. I'm not sure if the grant cycle is open right now, but there's a wonderful list of everybody that's received those rain garden grants, and you can apply for one on a yearly basis, I believe, and put in a rain garden if you'd like, get some help. We have some rain gardens that the Master Gardeners care for. Kutsky Park Rain Garden is one of them on our list, and we may be taking on more.
And if you have a rain barrel, and a lot of people have rain barrels, can you use that on your vegetable garden?
You really shouldn't use it on your vegetable garden. There could be E. coli left over from animals on your roof that has gone down into your rain barrel. There's also asphalt that could be coming off of the shingles, and that could be permeating into the water. So no, it's really not advised that you use it on your the plants that you're going to eat. Those contaminants can stay in the soil, and then those plants can absorb it. So it's best to just use a rain barrel on your ornamentals.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Had to ask that question. Okay. Anything else? I think we pretty much covered it. We appreciate you guys' input, and in comments, and we'll be going somewhere else next week. So with that,
Where are we going? Do we know?
we don't know, so we're gonna have
We
to
never
spend.
know. We don't
we'll
know.
do
We wing
something.
it. We're
We'll
back to winging it.
We're winging it. So
Thanks
with
for
that,
watching, everyone.
thank you for watching, and post any questions if you have them, especially about clean water today. Thank you.